South Carolina Gamecocks are fascinating to me, man, because I don't know that I trust Shane Beamer as a big time head coach. It just the fluctuations, the ups and downs, um, and some of the decisions. Last year, 2 years ago, Lanorris Sellers goes off and they go 9-3. They were one of the first teams to miss out on the first year of the 12-team playoffs. And then they come back last year and still had Lanorris Sellers. You still had Nicholas Harbor at receiver, who's a freak. We'll talk about him in a minute. Dylan Stewart, a freak coming off the edge. And you come back that next year and your offensive coordinator leaves. So you don't go out and hire the best offensive coordinator you can. You bring in your analyst, Mike Shula, to run the offense, who I think has only called plays a couple of years in his career. He's mostly been a quarterback coach, mostly been a position guy. And it went sour, and it went sour in a hurry.
Right.
So you fire him towards the end of the year. Now, though, I'm going to give South Carolina, the boosters, the administration, some credit. They did what it took to keep Lanorris Sellers for another year, and Dylan Stewart, and Nicholas Harbor, who's 6'4", 240 pounds with 10-1 speed, right? They go out to the portal. They bring in, depending on which service you're looking at, the number 1 or number 2 offensive tackle in the portal. One of their better returning players is going to play right tackle. They went out and spent money on a good guard on the offensive line. They went and got another receiver, Nitro Tuggle, to kind of go on the other side of Nicholas Harbor. Harbor's a freak athlete, but he's not really a polished route runner. Mm-hmm. And then most importantly, they go out to TCU and they get Kendall Briles to come in and coordinate the offense. Kendall Briles' offense is almost perfectly suited for a quarterback like Lanorris Sellers that can run, that can throw, big arm, get out of the pocket, threaten the defense with the run, even the numbers. Man, South Carolina, I'll tell you that I still don't know that I believe in Beamer. But they are, as Mike Shula once famously said in Alabama, they are trying some stuff and doing some things.
Absolutely, they are. And I'll tell you, Jay, it's going to come down to the offensive line. That's what it's going to come down to. And if the offensive line isn't any good, then their offense is not going to be not going to be any good. But if the offensive line can hold up, Jay, and that gives their chance, they give the offense a chance to be productive. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think the defense can be pretty solid, especially with Stewart, and good run defense, and everybody just play together as a unit. And I think that the best case scenario is they going 9-3. I can see a 9-3. But on the flip side, I also can see, something different. And if anything's different, you may also will see a head coach change.
Well, I think that's
because he's on the hot seat for sure.
And the other thing is, South Carolina's got money. I mean, they had enough money to hire Lou Holtz and Steve Spurrier back in the day. They obviously spent some money to keep this roster together and add pieces to it. There's money in South Carolina. So I don't know. I think from 4-8 last year, I think if Beamer can get to 8-4, he'll be okay. 7-5, 6-6, I don't think is going to be enough for what they've got on the roster.
I agree.
He really needs to win a big game, right? It needs to.
Absolutely.
They play Alabama in Tuscaloosa week 4, I guess. Alabama will be coming off that Florida State game. Maybe you sneak one there, but he needs to win a big one that's unexpected. But Georgia at the end of the year, right? Something like that.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about South Carolina.
You think they got a chance to beat Clemson? That would be huge.
Yeah, I think they got a chance to beat Clemson with the roster they got. I need to see it from the sideline, man.